Hello ZJ Nation, I'm Dr. Joshua Plant, Director of Research and Development at ZJ International, and I want to take just a few moments to explain the new amazing products that were just released just a few short days ago. We have an amazing product line. 4 products that complement each other to help deliver the nutrients, the compounds that we need to help us live the most active lifestyle possible. The first product I want to talk about is Hydrate. Hydrate is an all-naturally flavored, all-naturally sweetened product that can be consumed for both children and adults. It's an amazing product that helps deliver powerful electrolytes throughout the day. This is so critical because we just don't lose electrolytes at one time during the day, we lose them throughout. And so Hydrate is designed to be consumed throughout the day to help replenish those key electrolytes. What do electrolytes do? Electrolytes are the key molecules that signal to our cells how to respond. That is why when people are deprived in electrolytes, they feel cramping. It's because our muscles have a hard time communicating with one another. Hydrate delivers those electrolytes in an amazing, great tasting beverage. The other 3 products that I want to talk about. Ignite is an amazing pre-workout supplement that is designed to increase our metabolic rate, allowing us to more actively reach our high caloric burning stage quicker in our working out. What does that mean? That means we are burning more calories quicker in our workout, that we are able to get the impact that we want from us working out. Also, there are muscle promoting activities, creatine, which stimulates muscle growth, L-carnitine, several other compounds that actually function to build stronger muscles, allow for us to reach our exercise performance while we're working out. The next product is Fuel. Now these electrolytes are a little bit different than that which you see in Hydrate. Fuel is actually designed to have maximum electrolyte delivery. You can sweat up to 10 liters a day when you are exercising. That's an amazing amount of volume that one loses, and those electrolytes follow suit. So Fuel delivers those electrolytes, but more importantly, it delivers key monosaccharides. What are monosaccharides? These are molecules that our cells recognize and take in to create energy for our cells or our muscles to work. Monosaccharides are actually the only fuel source that our cells can recognize. And so by converting and delivering monosaccharides in their basic form, our cells are able to take them out quicker, faster, and deliver that spike in energy that we need to sustain our workout. And the last product that I want to talk about is Recover. Recover is an amazing post-workout supplement. What this does is it delivers the nutrients that our body needs to not only recover from the intense workout we had to stimulate muscle growth, muscle endurance, but it also has critical compounds in there that help to facilitate joint healing and remove joint inflammation. And when those products are used in combination, one is able to maximize the efforts that they have while working out. And I want to take just a few moments after this introduction to talk about some key concerns people might have or questions that you might get out in the field as you introduce these products to individual. First question I want to address, is it safe for kids? Hydrate. Definitely safe for kids. This product was actually formulated so it can be delivered to the masses. All natural, no stimulants in there, consumed throughout the day. Ultimately, what we are able to do is deliver those key electrolytes that are depleted throughout the day to everyone what is needed. Ignite is a pre-workout. This contains powerful stimulants to help jumpstart a workout. This is not recommended for individuals under the age of 18 or for individuals who may have problems or heart concerns. Similar restrictions as with the XM Plus and the XM Burn. Fuel is a caloric, high caloric drink designed to sustain the caloric burning that we have during working out. This is okay for children to take, but it is necessarily more designed for long endurance athletes. As you can imagine, if your children are competing in endurance cross country, this would be a great product for them. Recover, again, a stimulant-free product. This is also safe for children, but it's more designed for individuals that have had a strenuous workout. The next question you might get is what are the compounds that are in these products? Specifically, I want to address first fructose and dextrose. These 2 compounds are actually in both the Hydrate as well as in the Fuel. What I'm going to do here in the whiteboard behind me is I'm going to draw what is a typical sugar molecule. This is the sugar that you put on your cereal in the morning. This is the sugar the natural cane sugar that people utilize day in and day out. This is also known as sucrose. Those 2 words are synonymous. And what a sucrose is, a sucrose molecule, is it is actually a combination of 2 monosaccharides. This is fructose linked to a monosaccharide or a sugar molecule of dextrose or glucose. Glucose and dextrose are actually mean the same thing. Individually, these are called monosaccharides. Together, you have what is called a disaccharide. This disaccharide is sucrose. And what we have done is your body is not able to recognize or to utilize the energy that is found in sucrose. Your body will actually break down the disaccharide of sucrose into two individual monosaccharides before it is able to utilize that energy. And so what will happen, as soon as you consume sucrose, your body takes about 10 minutes to have an enzymatic cleavage of these two disaccharides into their basic components of fructose and glucose. Now, these two monosaccharides are actually found independently in nature. Fructose is also called fruit sugar. So for example, in your orange, you are consuming the monosaccharide fructose. In your pasta, you are consuming the monosaccharide glucose. What we have done is we have utilized these two independently so that they are able to enter the cells faster. And so why is this so critical? Here I'm going to draw on the board a cell. Here's your bloodstream. And what we'll have is I'll show glucose in the cell, or in the bloodstream. What will happen is this will actually go through into the cell through a glucose receptor. This receptor only allows glucose to enter in, not sucrose or any other compound. This glucose then goes through what is called the citric acid cycle to eventually make what's called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP for short. ATP is the energy currency of the cell. It is the ATP that allows our muscles to contract. It allows our cells to continue to function and carry out their enzymatic activity at an exceptionally high rate. And so by us having these key two monosaccharides in our beverages of fuel and hydrate, we are giving those critical nutrients to our cells as fast as possible, allowing our cells to perform at an exceptionally high rate. And what does this mean? This allows us to then physiologically perform or exercise, all these things at a high rate as well. The next compound some people might have questions about is that of ribose. Ribose is exclusively found in fuel. Ribose is an amazing monosaccharide. Again, a monosaccharide is a single sugar molecule that delivers specific physiological responses to our cell. And so what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about ribose and what it's doing inside our cell and why it is so critical in fuel and the advantage it gives individuals, especially individuals who are looking for endurance type results. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to draw the ribose molecule. Again, this is a monosaccharide, similar to that of the fructose, glucose, that which is easily recognized by our cell. So this ribose, in difference to that of glucose and fructose, with it being a monosaccharide, is not necessarily utilized for energy, but it is actually the energy backbone. So as if we remember, I talked about how glucose enters the cell, and the cell will then utilize the energy in that glucose molecule to make ATP. Actually, for those real science nerds out here, one molecule of glucose will actually yield 36 molecules of ATP. Now, these 36 molecules of ATP actually have a chemical structure that is actually derived from ribose. So ultimately, as glucose is making energy, making ATP, cellular ATP, our cells is taking this ribose, making slight modifications to it, putting a phosphate group on it and so forth. And what that is then our cells are then able to utilize that ribose molecule for its energy in the cell. And it just doesn't stop there. Ribose is actually also structurally used to make DNA and RNA. The critical components, as our muscles are growing and have higher energy demands, it is critical that we give them the foundational tools so that they can build. So what we have here is, as we link a whole bunch of these ribose molecules together, etc., what we are actually making is RNA. And making small structural changes to this, as the cells will do, we will actually make DNA. And so as we can see, not only are we giving ourselves the energy from glucose and fructose to convert into ATP, we're also providing the natural building blocks, which the cell recognizes, that of ribose, that serve as the foundation for both ATP, RNA, and DNA, giving our cells a complete profile that they are needing to do to maximize their energy component. The next product that I want to talk about and some of the ingredients in that and the functionality that they pose is that of Ignite. Ignite is an amazing pre-workout supplement that is, to put it bluntly, is not meant for your mall walkers. This has powerful stimulation properties that help stimulate and increase our metabolic output as we are beginning our workout. And so I want to talk about the different headers that go into this, right? So one of the things we'll be talking about the Ignite. One of the things that I want to talk about is the stimulation, right? The heightened metabolic and the compounds in that, right? We have caffeine. Caffeine is naturally found. We actually derive our caffeine from coffee Arabica, the typical caffeine that you will get from coffee. We also have AMP. This is on the label as 4-amino 2-methylpentane. What this is this is an ingredient that is derived from pochung tea. And finally, we also have B12. These components in combination deliver the amazing stimulant properties. And as you can see, these compounds are also in XM Burn. That's what gives us that increased metabolic output that is what makes XM Burn such an effective weight management capsule. Now, in addition to that, the Ignite also has critical components that help facilitate a maximum workout. One of those is vasodilation. Vasodilation, what that does is it'll actually increase our blood flow throughout our body. This is so critical because while we are exercising, our muscles are starving for nutrients. They're starving for compounds to help feed them. They are working at their maximum level. They've got the pedal to the metal, so to speak, and so we're needing to make sure we get that fuel to them. And so the vasodilation is largely driven by the compound called L-arginine. This is a natural amino acid that when utilized specifically by itself, it has the properties of increasing vasodilation. So as you can imagine, complementing your workout with vasodilation in a combination with stimulation proves an amazing workout component. But there are other things that are also important with the Ignite, and that is your muscle building properties. So we got creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate is a component that is found naturally within the bodies. Creatine is actually what will signal to our muscles to build ATP. As you remember, ATP is the energy currency of the cell. And so what creatine does is this is the signal that cells recognize that our muscles are building and they're growing, and so that they need to then make more ATP. And creatine monohydrate stimulates that response, an amazing product. Likewise, we've got beta-alanine. Beta-alanine will actually increase the nervousness response or the nerve response to those muscles, allowing our muscles to function at higher dexterity levels, increase performance. Those two in combination provide an amazing property of stimulating muscle growth. And so as you can see, in the Ignite, you are getting a plethora of physiological responses that allow you to reach your maximum exercise output. The next product that I want to talk about is that Recover, our post-workout supplement. Now, the ingredients that go in this is an amazing product that tastes absolutely spectacular, but is, in addition to its great taste, is actually designed to help our muscles recover, right? There are actually two ways that our body can respond after we work out. Our body can look at this as a stressful situation in which it's not going to promote muscle growth, but will actually utilize the nutrients found in muscles as a sacrifice tool. Or the second way, which we all want, is that of our body responds to it as it being a positive response. And the key difference there is the nutrient availability that our muscles are needing while they're being built. So I want to talk about Recover. And as I spoke before, those nutrients that our muscles need, those are largely derived, I'm going to just abbreviate it there, from branched chain amino acids. There are 20 amino acids that make up the amino acid profile that the human body recognizes. These 20 amino acids serve as the foundation for all enzymatic activity in the body. They serve as the foundation for muscle building. Ultimately, it is those 20 amino acids that build our proteins. Now, there are a certain subset of those 20 amino acids called branched chain amino acids, and there are 3 branched chain amino acids. There is leucine, there's isoleucine, and valine. Together, these three amino acids constitute the branched chain amino acids. And just as L-arginine is an amino acid that actually promotes vasodilation, these branched chain amino acids actually have unique functions as well, in addition to serving as a foundational building block for our body's enzymatic and cellular activities. They actually are able to stimulate to the body that the nutrients are there for us to promote muscle building. There have been several studies that have actually shown when people take branched chain amino acids after a strenuous workout that those muscles recover faster and you have greater muscle growth. So what we have done is we have actually put this in a proprietary ratio, these branched chain amino acids, and that ratio is so critical. In this proprietary ratio, we are able to signal to the muscles much more dramatically, much quicker, in a fashion that allows for greater muscle growth. In addition to muscle growth, we also are looking at joints. You know, how often is it we are not working out because our joints hurt, our knees ache, whatever it may be? So what we have done is we have made a novel combination of combining these branched chain amino acids with certain compounds that promote joint health, and that is glucosamine. Glucosamine is a widely studied compound that facilitates cartilage growth and helps build proper joint health. Now finally, when you are feeling sore after you really push your muscles, what that is actually lactic acid buildup in those muscles. That is a result of anaerobic activity while you are working on those muscles. And so it is critical for us to remove that lactic acid as quickly as possible, right? The longer that lactic acid sits down there in our muscles, the more likely our body is to respond to that exercise session as not a good session, and it won't promote muscle growth. So we want to remove that lactic acid. And so to do that, we have used the natural ingredient that makes all of our vegetables green, or many of our vegetables green, and that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a powerful antioxidant that is able to help facilitate the removal of lactic acid. And so by putting these in combination, we are able to give our body those key nutrients that allow our body to stimulate muscle growth, joint health, and help remove that lactic acid, allowing us to go out and exercise again quicker and to receive better results after which we work out. The next question that a lot of you may be facing, and I want to give you the tools to help address that, is how are they flavored? How are these products colored, and how are they sweetened? And critical, an amazing amount of effort and research went into this to make sure that they are actually able to be palpably consumed, allowing individuals to reap the benefits of these compounds of how they are working inside the cell. How are they flavored? We utilized all natural flavors across the board. How are these products colored? You'll see these products have an amazing color profile, that which makes them so attractive, but in addition to making those colors so attractive, each of those compounds actually have unique health benefits, and they are all naturally colored. For example, in the hydrate, it is colored through beet juice powder. Beet juice powder has amazing properties of contributing critical components that our cells need, in addition to making a beautiful red color, in combination with elderberry. Makes that wonderful red color that you see in the hydrate. Ignite is actually colored from the fruit annatto. And the annatto is very rich in beta carotene. So now you're only getting that orange color, you're getting that critical antioxidant of beta carotene that you are doing. Fuel, again, is beet juice in combination with elderberry to deliver that red color that is so attractive. Finally, in Recover, I talked a little bit about this, how chlorophyll helps remove that lactic acid, but it is also what is driving that green color. Amazing products with amazing colors that help in delivering the physiological response people are looking for. Again, all natural across the board. How are they sweetened? Hydrate is natural, all naturally sweetened, right? Utilizing the finest stevia possible. Likewise, in Ignite, there's a combination. The powerful compounds in here require a diverse sweetener profile, right? So this is in combination with both natural and artificial sweeteners. And I want to talk a little bit about the type of sweeteners that we use and how they are able to benefit and the minimal amount of artificial that we put in place, right? These are overwhelmingly, over 98% sweeten these new products through natural sweeteners. Fuel, again, both natural and artificial, and Recover, natural and artificial. right? And we had to use these combination across these last three products just because of the exceptional quality of these compounds, the powerful compounds that deliver those responses. And we wanted to make sure that these were exceptionally palpable so that people would consume them on a regular basis. So what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about the artificial sweeteners we used in the Ignite, the Fuel, and the Recover, and the critical scrutiny that we took into consideration of this, understanding the importance of flavoring this so that people will be willing to take it and maximize the benefits that they can get from those compounds that are so amazing in helping us reach our true active lifestyle potential. So what is up here on the board is sugar. Again, remember it's sucrose. As another name for sugar, is a disaccharide molecule that is made up of both the monosaccharide fructose and the monosaccharide glucose, or dextrose. And what we have done here in our consideration is looked at that which can be derived naturally. So sucralose is the artificial sweetener that we use, but it is actually derived from sucrose. And they just made a few key changes that are able to heighten the sweetness of this compound. What they did is they removed these two hydroxyl groups, and replaced them with chloride. And what this does is this increases the sweetness of that sucrose molecule by about 1,000-fold. And these chloride molecules are actually attached covalently. That is the strongest molecular attachment possible, right? And so with people that are concerned with potential of chloride, I want to kind of illustrate just how benign chloride molecules are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw what this is sodium chloride, also known as table salt. The average person consumes about 1 gram of this a day, right? And what sodium chloride is actually an ionic bond, meaning that as soon as this enters our body, that chloride ion, the same that is covalently attached much, much stronger, orders of magnitude stronger on sucralose, actually dissipates and comes apart. And as you can imagine, sodium chloride actually have critical functions inside the body. So the body recognizes it and is able to dispose of it, able to utilize it properly. So that's just to kind of illustrate how benign those chloride molecules are. Now going back to sucralose, right, where we have those chlorides that are about 1,000-fold increase in sweetness, as I mentioned before, our body does not recognize the disaccharide, but actually has to cleave this molecule to make the two monosaccharides. Now what is so interesting about that of sucralose is that these chlorides actually prevent that enzymatic cleavage, meaning our body does not recognize it because it's unable to break down the two monosaccharides, making sucralose an exceptionally stable molecule. And what that is there's been numerous studies that have shown that there is no absorption in the cells because it is able to maintain that disaccharide profile. So as I want to talk about, as we considered the intense scrutiny of how we are going to sweeten these products, we actually utilized largely, the vast majority of the sweetness is actually derived from natural products such as monosaccharides and stevia. To help get over a few of those bitter notes in the Ignite, the Fuel, and the Recover, we did put in a little bit of sucralose. The sucralose molecule has been studied hundreds and hundreds of times in very controlled, peer-reviewed, scientifically proven clinical studies that have shown that it to be exceptionally safe. And it has received the FDA's highest safety for that of generally recognized as safe or as GRAS. And so what we have, as we looked at the different options that we had, we utilized sucralose because it has been shown time and time again in the highest scientific medium possible to be safe. And that's why we have done this. And again, I want to just illustrate that it is largely, about 98% of the sweetness derived from these products largely comes from natural sweeteners, that of stevia and other monosaccharides. ZJ Nation, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to listen as we talked about the science behind these products to give you a base to help you address questions that you may face as you introduce these products to the field. I want to let you know that we have scrutinized these products and vetted them scientifically up and down to make sure we are delivering the most effective products possible. Here at ZJ Nation, we are committed to delivering products that deliver a complete nutrition system, both with nutrition and helping you live your active lifestyle. Thank you.